It's time to rank other things. We're doing our 3 most impressive and least impressive teams so far after 2 games.
Yep. All right, cool.
Yep.
I'm going to jump in. Most impressive teams for me, Manchester City. Barely out of second gear and just seem to comprehensively batter every team.
Are you allowed to put Man City?
Yes, you are, because it's any team in the Premier League.
It's impressive, isn't it? Are they impressive? Yes, they're impressive.
Whoa!
that's logic there. Like. No. What?
You're not still angry over the breakthrough thing, are you?
No, we're right.
Oh.
No, they're not. Brighton, as I said before, absolute chance creation machine. They'll score so many goals this season. And Brentford, playing very good football, very organised, very well coached, and probably will not struggle even when...
What about if you
Tony's
numbered
away.
them like from 1 to 3? So what's like your most impressive performances?
The most impressive team so far this season has been Brighton. And not even just because they are first in the Premier League at the moment. Just
I didn't put Brighton, Man City and Arsenal.
Oh, I don't think Arsenal have been that impressive.
I've got Arsenal in mine.
Oh,
Most impressive.
Whoa,
I haven't got City in because I don't like. I don't think.
Not impressed by it. It's just, it should be done.
Yeah, but maybe I'm undervaluing them, but they haven't like blown me away. They've been good.
Yeah, but they've never...
I've been more impressed with Arsenal, Brentford and Brighton.
For me, Manchester City just haven't looked like conceding goals. And if they do that...
I did tell you that's how they're going to play this year, but it's all right.
And if they do that, then title's already over, really, isn't it?
Yeah, they are. I think they're actually going for the record.
15. Yeah, could do.
So who would be your second, third then?
I think they're that broad.
Second, Brentford and bronze medal, Man City.
Fair enough.
What was your order?
I'll go Arsenal, Brighton, Brentford. I've been really impressed with Arsenal. More so because I downplayed them. I thought yesterday was really solid.
That's a real,
we were.
That's a real man right there.
They're going to be hard to beat this
Not
year.
afraid to admit when you're wrong. That's a real man.
Well, no, we'll still see when it gets to the business end. Because you did this last year.
Yeah,
you looked
we
amazing.
always start well, yeah. We don't actually, and then...
My most impressive, from third to first, I got third is Brentford.
Yeah.
Second, I got West Ham.
Yeah.
Away at Bournemouth to get a draw.
Not bad, yeah.
And then at home to Chelsea, who we all thought were going to do very well this season.
Yeah.
I think that's very impressive.
Especially how bad we thought West Ham were going to be.
Yeah. And then first I have got Brighton. So I knew they were going to be good, but they've blown every team away.
Yeah, they are just...
Brentford, West Ham, Brighton.
Say we when referencing Brighton.
I said we knew they were going to be good.
What, we as in like the fans?
We as
the
in
other
like
fans?
Brighton
We, as in
supporters.
us in this room, knew they were going to be
You
good.
and the
but
other
not-
seagulls. Oh, cool.
I'm not a seagull.
You are?
My least impressive, you want to know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, go on.
I think we'll all have the same here.
Oh, I don't know what to put it in order, though. I haven't put it in order.
I'll do mine if you want.
Okay, no,
I'll go.
Okay.
My third... Wait, how does this work? So first,
It's the
least
most
impressive
least
is the
impressive,
shittest.
yeah.
All right, so first least impressive is Everton. For me, they're just all over the shop. Second least impressive is Fulham. I think if it wasn't for Leno, they'd have 0 points. And especially without Paulinho, they're struggling big time. I don't know when he's back though. Is he back this
I
weekend?
don't know. But obviously they've lost Mitrovic as well now.
And considering how I thought they'd be, my third least impressive is Manchester United. They just can't seem to get things clicking.
Interesting.
They're my number one, United.
Yeah. I mean, they have to be on the list.
United, Everton and Sheffield United. They are shit.
Who did they just play?
Sheffield United had...
Forest.
Yeah, they did.
Friday night, yeah.
Yeah.
This clip of Pitchside is brought to you by friends over at Super 6, which is, of course, back this weekend for a monumental £1 million jackpot. That's right. It is rolled over from last week. Now, if you don't know what Super 6 is, where have you been? Okay, it is completely free to play. And this weekend, for the final time, you can win that £1 million jackpot. Next week, it goes back to 250 grand. All you got to do is predict 6 score lines correct. And as I said, if you do that, you will win £1 million this weekend. You can also compete against myself, Reeve, and Tom in the biggest Super 6 mini league, the Pitchside Mini League. Use our link in the description down below, or use the code PTCH23. We'll also be giving away a £100 classic football shirt voucher to the person who comes top of the Pitchside Mini Leagues. As I said, once you're in, it's super easy to play. Simply predict your 6 scores, enter your golden goal, hit submit, and you're all set at winning a free shot of £1 million. Use the link in the description down below to sign up, or as I said, use the code PTCH23.
A good goal though.
I actually haven't got United on the list.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
To be fair, they were all right first.
I've got third.
Other than that,
third least
Jesus.
impressive is Chelsea. Second least impressive is
Chelsea.
Wolves, and first least impressive is Everton.
See, Wolves played well first game.
I thought Wolves were more impressive than,
Nah.
but
And
not impressive.
Chelsea were decent against Liverpool.
Wolves created like 3 XG
I thought
against
Chelsea
Brighton
were
as
actually
well.
going to like come in and just blow everyone apart.
No.
I agree with Chelsea. I think when you spend all that money,
Yeah, mate, you
has to
spent
be
£1 billion
better.
man.
You
Can't-
can't-
you spent £1 billion, you can't go lose 3-1 to West Ham.
You think Chelsea have been shit both games?
No, but you
I think-
no,
well,
no, no.
I'm not being impressed by that.
I feel like if you watch the game though, Chelsea weren't even that bad.
There's
against
no
Everton.
point in
Yeah,
it, though.
Okay,
They
all right,
weren't.
they played.
You're looking
Okay,
at
they weren't that bad, but
the scoreline
they've
flatters
still
West
gone
Ham.
away to West Ham and lost 3-1.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
still,
yeah,
that's
fair
still
enough.
a result.
That's-
I'm not impressed. That's not even impressive at all.
That's a difficult
agree.
ground to go to, and it's a London derby.
I think you
Not
give
like-
me
Yeah,
so
if you're
much
Chelsea
slack.
and you spent £1 billion, there is no excuse to go to London Stadium and
agree.
lose 3-1.
I think Man United have been way worse than Chelsea this season.
I agree, Man United's worse.
Given expectations.
I'm not impressed.
But I think Chelsea should be on the list as well. I agree,
think
Man
you're
United's
being
worse.
harsh. You've got an agenda against Chelsea. I don't know why.
I don't. They're just shit.
No, you do.
Brody was saying this. He said, I give them no credit. What can you give
Mate,
Chelsea
how
credit
can
for
you,
at the
how
moment?
can you possibly say that you've spent £1 billion and it's
What is
not
this?
and it's all right to go lose 3-1 to West Ham?
I'm not saying it's
didn't
alright.
say it's all
It's
right.
not acceptable under any. This is Chelsea Football Club. It's meant to be one of the biggest football clubs in the UK.
You know they haven't won there in like the last 4 years. You
it
know
doesn't
that,
matter.
right?
You're Chelsea, mate. You're one of the biggest.
so
one of the
as much
most.
as you-
You're one of the.
No,
one of the
but
most.
that's the same reason.
One of the most trophies in the UK. You're Chelsea Football Club. You spent £1 billion.
But that's their bogey team.
You can't-
as much as Palace's are.
I know, but they lost 3-1 and West Ham had a man down. Like,
Mate, it's not acceptable.
Again, did you even watch the game?
Yeah,
But
it
West
was
Ham went a man
unbelievably
down and they
flattering
conceded
scoreline.
again.
Chelsea
Did
had
you watch
so
the
much
game?
of
Yeah.
the ball.
But it doesn't matter.
So why are you just going, well, they lost. They scored. The
missed
third
the-
was the last kick of the game.
They missed a penalty, which probably should have won them the game.
Mate, if you
They had chances.
if
They
you said-
dominated most
yeah,
of the
if they
game.
say
They
they
were
draw
not
that game.
impressive.
All right, say they weren't that good and they draw the game, they get a result. Fair enough. But they didn't get a result. They lost 3-1.
But see that you're
That's-
viewing it completely
Yeah, but
different.
so you're viewing it on a retrospective outcome basis. Like if you actually watch the game,
It's like Arsenal. You could say they weren't. I don't know. Yeah, say Arsenal. Like they've 1-0 to Palace. You know they haven't played. They played all right. Palace were good. It wasn't the best performance in the world. Declan Rice was good, but they still got 3 points.
yeah, but that
If you're Chelsea Football Club and you will need to improve and you spent £1 billion, you
But
have
is that
to
how
pick
you,
up
is
points.
that how you value impressiveness? You value impressiveness as playing shit but getting points?
Okay, what
or you value
happens-
impressiveness as actually performing
Okay,
well? But
well, what happens if you're 15 games in, Chelsea are going, oh, we're playing really good football, we're playing well, but we're on 1 point.
But yeah, obviously that would be a
that's-
big
well,
issue.
there you
wouldn't
go.
it? But we're only 2 games in.
Yeah, and I'm saying they haven't been that impressive.
So
at all.
United
Chelsea-
won their first game, but were absolutely shocking.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll swap Wolves for United if I'm going to do anything, but I'm not. I'm putting Chelsea in my top 3
But
for sure.
I feel like Chelsea have played the football to show that there's signs that they'll get points in future
Yeah.
games. If that makes
Well,
sense.
we'll see, won't we?
I haven't watched Chelsea and thought, fuck,
They're in
the
big
shit,
trouble.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
like
thought
have
they'd been alright.
United or
They need to.
They
If-
missed
if
the penalty and the narrative changed.
Yeah, you have to think though. It's like I put it in perspective how much they spend. That
Oh my
raises
God,
the
why do you keep talking about
expectation of how
money?
much
Like,
they
it
spend
takes-
because
it
it's
takes-
relevant.
But they've only just signed these players.
Expectations
They've
go up.
changed the whole fucking squad. They're
Mate,
not
they've
gonna
had
suddenly
over a season with
dunk
them.
£1
They've had
billion
over a
pounds and then
season
you're
with
just
them.
amazing.
No,
That's
I
not how
agree.
it works.
I
You expect
agree
to
with
see
you.
progress,
I-
mate.
I'm not
Expect to see
saying that. I
progress.
agree with you on that because I said that point earlier.
Yeah, it's just
But at the same time, but also at the same time,
because expectation goes up.
No, but at the same
Yeah.
time, football is such a cutthroat sport that stuff has to happen
We're
instantly.
2 games in. No,
It has to. Chelsea
we've seen
need to.
signs.
Chelsea,
they're going to get there, aren't they?
Chelsea, it is imperative that Chelsea go to, well, it's at San Francisco, but they play Luton on Friday night. They have to put up performances batter them.
Okay,
like,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. This is what I mean by the narrative changing. Then, so let's say they do win 5-6-0 on Friday. Are they now in the top 3 of impressiveness just because they've beaten the team that they should?
What? So you're telling me you're going to want to shoot me dead for saying I've not been impressed by Chelsea this season?
No, I just think you're being hard.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the 3 least impressive teams in the Premier.
Well, I do. So fucking shoot me.
Dead.
Okay.
Shoot me.
Shoot me dead.
Honestly,
Where?
you both got an agenda.
I have an agenda.
You have. Anything I say, you just fucking
I agree with you.
No,
Theo.
you're only saying it because they've spent loads of money. You just have this expectation that if people spend money, that they have good teams.
I'm saying the expectation goes up when you invest, especially that heavily, especially when it's been over a season.
Of course that's true.
So yes, they are.
But if you watch their performances, they've played good football.
Yes, but the expectation is to be better than that.
3-1 to West Ham. There's no excuse for that. The Chelsea Football Club.
Shit happens.
The expectation is to be better than what they are now because they have invested so heavily in the last year or so. So, like, they can perform, they're performing okay, whatever, but they need to be better by now, surely.
What,
if you spend that much.
2 games?
It's not been 2 games. I'm comparing it to a whole season they've had to work with the majority of these players.
Pochettino's only just come in.
Yeah.
You said that Pochettino only needed a pre-season to get these clicking. I said it wasn't enough before the start, and now you're going, he's only had 2 games.
The thing is, if
he has improved them.
But yeah, if you watch them in the game, they are better. They are better than they were last year. They just haven't managed to come away with a result against West Ham. That's the only difference.
I just think you give them a lot of leeway a little bit here.
Why? Why would we give Chelsea leeway?
Because you're saying they missed a penalty as if that's a thing like you're scraping to think. If anything, that's a sign of them being poor missing a penalty. But it's a chance you got to take.
But then I can turn around and say the narrative of Man City absolutely played Newcastle off the park, so therefore Newcastle should really not be anywhere near top 4.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't say yes to that because you agree that Newcastle played well.
No, based on that.
Well, based on that logic,
because it's one game.
I would disagree that Newcastle didn't play badly.
You weren't threatening at all. How are you going to beat teams if you can't?
You're playing the best team in the world. You're playing the best team in the world.
Yeah, but if you can't create chances, you're not going to win games. Because of that one game that I've watched, Newcastle can't score goals. They can't create chances because Man City didn't give them anything.
But we also shut down one of the best teams in the world.
They also scored 5 in the first game.
Yeah,
against a good Villa side.
Yeah, but he's picking one game is what I mean.
They were bad.
You're picking one game.
No, but you have to look at the opposition, mate. It's treble winners who we held.
Liverpool before and they could have scored 4 or 5 goals.
Could have. They didn't.
Could have, should have, didn't.
They didn't. And
but that's still an impressive performance.
Exactly. How are you not differentiating?
That's still an impressive performance, even if they don't score 5.
Just because you don't pick up the points doesn't mean it's.
Do you think Newcastle's performance was impressive against Manchester City?
I think defensively, yes.
Generally,
I think it was a good performance against a treble winner team.
But you lost 1-0, so that's not an impressive game.
No, but you got no points, like you said.
Yeah.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
You're comparing playing West Ham with the treble winners.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. No points. No points.
No, but what I'm saying is you're choosing such a small sample size and one result that's gone against the team that we're talking about.
I'm comparing,
and that's your basis.
I'm comparing their sample size. Every other team has the same sample size.
We agree with you. We agree with what you're saying about the logic, but you're only using it for Newcastle, not for Chelsea.
What are you talking about? Newcastle played Man City.
There's no point talking about any of this because all of it's relevant because only 2 games are played, so there's no point making a show about football and talking about it, to be fair.
Yeah. No, you're saying I'm using a small sample size, but I'm looking at every team's performance this season, and each one has the same sample size. It's not like I'm using a smaller one for Chelsea than Brentford.
No, you're saying there's no excuse that Chelsea, they've only got 1 point, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
But it's okay for you not to get any points at City because City are brilliant and all. But you're calling them title charges this season. Newcastle
haven't invested £1 billion, mate.
You've spent fucking shitloads though.
We spent a lot more, yes, but we started with a far worse, a far less valued squad to start with. Chelsea already had a very good squad, and then they poured £1 billion onto that.
I was only picking that Newcastle game to highlight my point. I wasn't trying to make this Newcastle versus Chelsea, but the point I'm trying to make is the sample size is way too small to say that they're not an impressive team just because the result's gone against them when really they actually played pretty well in the game.
I think if you ask a lot of Chelsea fans, they'd say it's an unacceptable result against West Ham.
I don't think they would.
I disagree. I think they can see signs that they're going to be all right, which is very little to what they had last season.